Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to another episode of the Athletics franchise here on MLB The Show 24 as we continue on in our start to year number 2 of the franchise as we'll start this episode on the road in Tropicana Field, St. Petersburg, Florida against the Tampa Bay Rays. Hope you're excited for this one. If you are, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. I know we've been running a lot of college football recently, but I don't want to forget about this series. Still having a lot of fun with the A's, and we're going to continue that on. As we'll see Shane McClanahan on the mound for the Rays. He has not had a good start to his season, but he's still a pretty dominant pitcher. And the A's mix it up a little bit in the batting lineup. It's Gio Urshela who leads off today, and he's going to be in by striking out. That brings up Ryan Noda still in the 2 spot, and he's also going to swing and miss. So McClanahan 2 straight punch-outs. We'll bring up Brent Rooker, who faces a 1-0 pitch, and he's going to rip this one over to short, where Caminero gets ate up by it, and that'll be ruled an E6. I maybe would have considered that a hit, but nonetheless, Rooker's on first base anyway, and that'll bring up Shea Langoliers hitting in the 4 spot today. The catcher hitting .257 on the young season, a lot better than he did last season, as he gets a nice curveball to hit, but gets just underneath it, and that'll be caught out in center by Jose Siri to end the top of the first. On the mound for the A's, will be Paul Blackburn. He's had a great start to his season. Unfortunately, had his opening day start cut short, but he bounced back with another nice outing in start number 2. And he starts start number 3 against Josh Lau, an all-star from a season ago, as he'll face a 2-1 pitch and rip it on a line over to Allen at short, where it'll be caught. And we'll take a look at this Rays lineup starting off the year 5-5. As you can see, Harold Ramirez up next, Yandy Diaz, Brandon Lau, Randy Arozarena, Jose Siri, Rene Pinto, Junior Caminero, and Jose Caballero is there about middle of the pack in hitting in the American League. Speaking of hitting, here's one man who's been swinging a hot bat. Harold Ramirez hits a single into left. That extends his hit streak to now 13 games. So he's on first base for Yandy Diaz, and the first baseman will rip this one down the right field line. That's going to be trouble. Rooker will get to it. Ramirez is rounding third. He's going to be waved home, and the throw is not in time. And the Tampa Bay Rays take an early 1-0 lead off the RBI double from Diaz. So that'll bring up Brandon Lau up next, who swings through a sinker. That's 2 down now. Randy Arozarena hitting .455 on the young season. He flares it to center, and that'll end the first, but the Rays jump out in front. We'll go top 3 now. Here's Nick Allen stepping up for the Athletics. He has had an abysmal start to his season. He would go down swinging, and then Seth Brown up next would rip one to left center. No doubt about that one, and out of here. A solo shot for Seth Brown. It's his 3rd home run of the season. He's definitely been our best power bat so far. Not been swinging for good average, but hey, he's got 3 home runs, and he's tied us up at 1 apiece. Nick Allen, who just K'd it, very celebrating as this 1-all. Next batter up top of the lineup, Gio Urshela will chop this one over to short. That'll be played for the second out of the inning. And then I'll bring up Ryan Noda, who struck out in his first at bat, and he'll do the same here. But we're all knotted up at 1 apiece after 2.5. We'll go deeper into this game. How about bottom 6, where both pitchers have been throwing absolute gems? Blackburn gets this inning to start with a ground out. And then Yandy Diaz will also ground out almost the exact same play to get the first 2 down. Brandon Lau 2-1, rips it over to Noda, and how about Blackburn going 6 strong innings after giving up 1 in the first. Jackson will then come in for the 7th. He has not had a good start to his season, but he's going to be asked to try to preserve this tie as he starts off by striking out Arozarena. Next up will be Jose Siri, the center fielder, who's 1 for 2 on the day, single back in the 4th, hitting only 135 to begin. First pitch to him, chopper of his short, Allen to his left, fields in, air mails the throw, that'll be an E6. Allen, one of our better defensive players with a mishap there. So a runner on second, but Pinto up next will go down on a nasty slider. So now 2 down for Junior Caminero. Chops it over to Noda, and it looks like the air will not prove costly as Jackson gets his job in the 7th. Jeffrey Springs will come in top 8 as 7 strong for McClanahan is finally going to be pulled, making his 5th appearance. The lefty will be getting his Soderstrom, and he'll walk the DH. So the first batter on. Going to bring up in the 7 hole, Zach Geloff now. Only hitting 125 to begin. He's 0 for 2 today. He's been moved down quite a few notches. First pitch to him, and he's going to pop this one up over to first base in foul territory, where Yandy Diaz will make the play. Going to bring up Nick Allen up next. First pitch. Almost the exact identical thing. Almost the exact same spot. pop up to Diaz, who makes the play in foul territory. So 2 down now for Seth Brown. He's also going to first pitch swing, but he's going to have some more luck. He slaps this one down the left field line. That's going to be a single, and Soderstrom's going to make it to third. Only the second hit of the day for the Athletics, and they both come off the bat of Brown. And then he'll be pulled to pinch run with Logan Davis and get a little more speed on the base pass. Interesting call to take your best offensive player out of the game as Urshela, the great spot, but a beautiful play at second base by Lau preserves the tie. Miguel Andujar will then come in left field to replace Brown on defense. And Chris Martin will then take the mound. As you can see, not a good start for the former Boston Red Sox, but he's going to get the 8th inning. First batter is Caballero, and he gets him to swing and miss. That's another nice slider. K number 1. How about Josh Lau? Swing and miss on a high fastball. Chris Martin dealing today. This is what you want to see. How about Harold Ramirez? Chopper over to short. Allen left this time, and he will make the play this go around. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. We'll go bottom 9. How about both pitchers just absolutely dominating? Yeah, this is going to go into extras. We're still tied up at 1 apiece. There's been virtually no offense today. We're going to get free baseball. So that means the base runner will start at second base as Ruiz will lead off, one of our best clutch hitters, and he's going to pop this into deep left center. And Langoliers will actually make the tag. So the go-ahead run on third base. And he's got a little bit of speed. Soderstrom up next will draw a walk, so that will at least force the double play for the Rays. Jeffrey Springs still on the mound, by the way. Zach Geloff up next, full count. He also walks, and they got bases loaded, only 1 out. A great opportunity for Nick Allen. I know he has 1 hit this year, but this is a great chance to get his second, and he grounds it into a 6-4-3 double play. Come on, man. Good timing, and that's what you do. Rays escape the scare as we go bottom 10, and Martin's still on the mound, and he's also dealing. No problem. He gets all 3 of his batters out, and you can see he is fired up for good reason. We'll go top 11, where Springs will do the same thing. 3 batters down in rapid succession. We'll go bottom 11 now, where Mason Miller will now join the mound. He's actually had a good start to his year. That's good numbers. I want to see that more in a Mason Miller. This first batter will be Jose Caballero, who will ground this one over to second. Geloff will make the play, but the runner does move up to third, which means all the ball has to be is hit far in play. Josh Lau, 2-1, will do just that. A single into left, and that'll end this game. The Tampa Bay Rays win by a final score of 2-1 as they take game 1 of this 3-game set. Just a poor performance by the offense. We only had 2 hits in this game, and they both came off the bat as Seth Brown. I hate to blow the pitching's great performance. They pitched awesome. It's just, I thought when we had that last game of spring training when we dominated on offense, I thought that would continue. It is not. So we're going to make a move. We're going to send Logan Davidson down at 2 AAA. I know he didn't play in this game, but he hasn't hit very good in his stint with the majors. So we're going to give him some more work in Las Vegas. To fill that spot, we're going to call up Jordan Diaz, who's been raking in the AAA squad. He was with us for the majority of last season. Unfortunately, just didn't make the cut, and, well, he's going to get his spot back on the 26th roster because we need some more offense like he's been hitting. We lose game 2, 4-2. Urshela went deep for us. At least we got some hits. And Sears pitched an all-right game, but it just wasn't enough as the Rays take game 2. And they also sweep us. They take game 3 in a shutout, 6-0. We had 9 hits. Just couldn't convert. Butto pitched great. Miller did not. And the offense just couldn't execute. We suffered an injury at AAA. Cameron Masterman, he's going to be done for the season. I know he's not one of our top prospects, but you hate to see somebody go down. And that's going to lead to a roster move. I know he was only down there for a series, but Logan Davidson raked, so he's going to be called back up to AAA squad. And we're going to send down Lawrence Butler. I know this sounds weird, but Masterman is an outfielder, and I want Butler to get some more playing time. And he can get it now at AAA. So I'll take us to the second half of this episode. A little bit of interleague play here as we host the St. Louis Cardinals 8-4 at Sutter Health Park, our new home in Sacramento, California, in front of all of our fans, all about 6,000 or 7,000 that ever show up for these games. But trying to break this little bit of losing streak here as we will send Wade Miley on the mound, our first time looking at our new lefty acquired on a 1-year contract in the offseason. He's been great. 11 innings, only 2 earned runs given up during that span. He'll start off against the former Philly, Whit Merrifield, who now leads off for the Cardinals, and he'll swing and miss on a curveball. Great pitch there by Miley. He's got good movement on his stuff. Tommy Edman up next. He's 0-2, and he actually gets plunked, so he'll take first base. For Lars Nootbaar, who grounds over to Noda, he'll go to Martin as short, back to Noda, and it's a 3-6-3 double play. Unconventional 1-2-3 inning. Lefty on the mound as well for the Cardinals. It'll be Steven Matz, who's had a good season so far, as we continue to face pretty good pitchers in these spotlight games. We haven't really had a break other than the one against the Rockies. Gio Urshela still leading off for the Athletics as an 0-2 pitch. He times one up well and just grounds it over to second. And we'll take a look at the Athletics lineup, which has kind of gone into a cold streak. You can see one man really stands out, though, is Ryan Noda. He leads all the American League with a .425 average. I doubt that'll keep up, but it's nice so far. Otherwise, same lineup from what we just saw. Here is Ryan Noda with an 0-2 pitch. He can't connect on a changeup. He strikes out swinging. That's now 2 down for Rooker, who takes the first pitch, and he times it up well, and he just lines it up at center. You're going to hear that a lot today. We're going to go to the top of the fourth now, still scoreless. Miley's pitched phenomenal to this point. He's faced the minimum batters, and he continues to do so as he gets Whit Merrifield to ground out. Tommy Edman, who got plunked in his first at-bat, tries to lay down a bunt, but Gio Urshela is ready with a good defensive play to charge in and get the second out. So Lars Newbar up next, and he draws a walk, so Miley will allow his first walk of the day. And that'll bring up the that'll bring up Nolan Gorman up next. Sorry, jumped the gun, because he's also going to draw a walk. So Miley with 2 free base runners given up. And now it's the 2022 NL MVP. Paul Goldschmidt with a chance has been gifted here with 2 on, and his teammates didn't have to swing the bat. 1-0 pitch to Goldschmidt, and he's going to single up the middle. He's going to make Miley pay for his mistakes. That's going to be an RBI for the Cardinals. They now lead 1-0 as the 2 walks come back to bite Miley. Wilson Contreras up next, and he's going to launch one to deep left center, and the ballpark will not hold it. A 3-run shot for now the 4-time All-Star catcher Wilson Contreras, who hits his second of the season, and just like that, the Cardinals are up 4-0. That just continues our trend pitching. We actually pitched pretty well. When we give up runs, it's always a crooked number. Dylan Carlson up next will ground over to Geloff, who will record the final out of the inning. But the Cardinals now jump up 4-0. Chris Martin will come in the 6th as Miley goes 5 innings as he will take the mound. His first batter will be Lars Newbar, and in the first pitch, he's going to sky one deep to right center field. Rooker will get there right in front of the warning track. Nolan Gorman up next, first pitch to him, and he's going to lace this one into center, and this one will not be caught off against the bottom of the wall. It's a 1-out double for Nolan Gorman, who Martin, despite good effort in the Rays game, his confidence is kind of low coming to this one. I don't know why, but he gets Goldschmidt to strike out, and he's actually going to be pulled. A little tired, as that was a 13-pitch at-bat. Zach Jackson will be tasked with getting the final out of the inning. It's going to be against Wilson Contreras, and he does just that. He gets him to swing and miss, and it's still a 4-0 game. Go bottom 6, another game where the offense has been quiet. This year's Robbie Martin gets a changeup right down the middle. Yes, he was just early, but lines are right at the left fielder. Good timing for Seth Brown, and it's just a grounder over to second. That's the second out. Good timing, it seems like all day, just the hits are just not falling. Urshela gets jammed a little bit, and this one's going to be skied into right where it will be caught. Another weak inning with no hits. Top 7, Jackson's still in the game. Here's Dylan Carlson leading off, and he's going to rip this one over the right fielder's head up against the wall. It's a leadoff double for the Redbirds here in the 7th. Next up will be Nolan Arenado, one of the best defensive players of this generation. He's going to ground it over to Noda, who will move the runner up to third despite recording the first out. Jordan Walker up next, and he's going to cash in. Single up the middle. It'll be an RBI. And the Cards extend their lead now at 5-0. When Merrifield up next, he swings and misses on the fastball. So 2 down now for Tommy Edman. And the 2-time Gold Glover will sky this one to center where it will be caught. But St. Louis, they add to their lead. Joe Barlow will then come in relief here in the 8th inning. And he's been a good Rule 5 pickup. He's only got a 1.86 ERA. It's been a welcome addition to the bullpen. However, he walks Lars Newbar on 4 straight pitches. No strikes thrown so far. It's now 2-2 to Gorman, and he'll get him looking at a curveball. Maybe he should have swung the bat there. That's the first out. Goldschmidt now 2-1. Chopper over to Martin, who will field it, go to second, go to first, and Barlow gets him down in the 5th. Bottom 8, Matt still on the mound. This here's Ruiz with good timing. He just chops it over to second. Can we please put the ball in play? Tyler Soderstrom, 2-2. I guess put it in play. That's what I mean. Put it in somewhere that's not going to be an out. a single. I can't believe it. It's for Tyler Soderstrom, only the second hit of the day. Zach Geloff up next, 1-0 pitch, and he gets good timing, and he actually gets a hit. Wow. We actually got a good timing hit for once. Because now we have 2 on, 1 out, our best chance today for Robbie Martin, the rookie from Georgia, and that's just a bad swing. Not really much to say there. He strikes out. Seth Brown now 0-1 pitch to him, and he gets a changeup right down the middle with good timing, and it goes 5 feet in front of the catcher. Come on, man. We're still scoreless through 8 as Craig Kimbrell will come in the 9th inning, the 3-time reliever of the year. He's got 1 on with 2 outs for Jordan Walker, who just hit an RBI single in his last at-bat. Full count pitch to him, and he'll chop this one over to Noda, so we'll get through 9. But we're down to our final inning of work, and Massa's trying to go for the complete game. Gio Urshela, good timing on a sinker. Just grounds it over to short, the first out of the inning. How about Ryan Noda? 0-2 pitch to him. He's struck out 3 times. Might as well get the golden sombrero with that 26 vision, which means our game is all down to Brent Rooker. He has one of our 3 hits today, a double back in the 4th. First pitch to him because he's a good first pitch hitter, and it's a good timing sinker. That's going to be an out. The Cardinals will win this one 5-0. What was a very frustrating game at the plate. We had so many good timing contact, and they just won't drop for a hit. I know I'm playing on Legend difficulty, and I know I'm the Athletics, which is the worst team in the game. But is there anything I can do to, get hits? I feel like I am not doing bad at the plate. It's just we can't get the ball in play that's not right at somebody. Hopefully the bats are able to wake up. That's 6 straight drop now for the Athletics. The pitching was good, just other than the crooked number in the 4th, and that's just kind of been how it's been. There's a trade going around the league. The Rays will acquire Julian Merriweather for a catcher prospect in Logan Driscoll. Not really a big-time move, but it looks like the Rays looking to beef up their pin as they get another arm out there. We dropped the second game 9-5 in 10 innings. Yes, we lose by 4, and it goes to extras. That's because Chris Martin gave up 3 earned in an inning in the 3rd. Actually gave up 4 runs if you include the extra base runner. And then we get swept by the Cardinals. We lose 2-1, only 4 hits in this one. As Blackburn goes 5 innings of work, 7 strikeouts, but he gets the loss because he gets no run support. As we've now dropped 7 games in a row, and we're going to try to change it at home against the Cubs and on the road against the Diamondbacks as we fall to the worst team in baseball. It's a good-looking start, but we've quickly tanked. So hopefully we can turn it around. The season's still young. I still have high hopes for this team to not lose triple-digit games, but we got to have the offense wake up, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you want more franchise content. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.